Basically, Saudi culture is very unique in some ways. I think what I love the most is that the family bonding is very intact. Okay?
I feel Saudi Arabia is a very safe place to live for people having family or raising a family. It's a very good place to raise your kids in a way. I never feel scared walking at night in a street or in a mall. You can go and have jogging on Coronation Fabar or the Mum. 1 a.m. Still you feel very safe. Nobody will come and snatch your mobile and ask for your purse or something.
Given the way that the political situation has sort of panned out in the Middle East in the last year, I feel safer here than I might feel in many places in Europe.
And in general, Saudis are very respectful towards women, right? Like at a checkpoint, if your family is with you, they won't stop you.
If there's one big misperception that I've discovered, is that people think that because Saudi women are covered up completely when they're outside, that somehow makes them sort of browbeaten and timid and, weak and vacillating and not sure of themselves. And I have realised from teaching the last year and the people that I've met that that's completely not the case. And that, if anything, I think Saudi women are some of the strongest women I've ever come across in my life. They know what they want, they know how to get it, they're going to organise an event so that they will get it. But nobody's ever looked after me for the last 40 years. I've got children who are nearly 30 now, and I brought them up by myself and have completely supported them. Their father did not. So I don't know what it means to be looked after. I think that the assumption is that if women have to be covered up all the time, that somehow that's because men don't like women. I mean, it was quite frightening, actually, thinking that you were in a country where you probably were disliked because you were a woman. But what I realised then was that there's still a very strong sense of chivalry in Saudi. Chivalry is the urge that allows men to look after women, that to make sure that they're all right. And this has really been, a lot of it has been got rid of in the West, yeah? So I realised after a while that actually Saudi men were very chivalrous and as well as charming. So, but the one thing that really sort of brought this home to me was that I got into a taxi one night right down at the Corniche, having been shopping, and gave it what I thought were instructions to my compound. But the man who drove me was Saudi, but he didn't speak English, so he didn't really understand me. And the only thing that he understood in my instructions was Holiday Inn. Now at that point I didn't know that there were 2 Holiday Inns in Kuba, and he took me to the wrong one. We had no way of explaining that he was at the wrong one and where the right one was, because I didn't know where I was, because when somebody drives you everywhere, you never find out where you are, so you never had any sense of direction. I'm not used to this. And in the end, we had to stop the car. I was in tears by this time because I couldn't, I just couldn't make myself understood, and he didn't understand. And he called a guy who was walking in the street. He'd just come out of the compound, the Saudi guy, and he said, "Listen, this woman is trying to find the Holiday Inn in Kobar and in other Holiday Inn, but I don't know of another Holiday Inn. I don't know why, but he just didn't." And that guy actually said, "Get out of the car, I'll sort you out, it'll all be all right." And he said to the taxi driver, "Off you go, and I will make sure that she's okay." He hauled another taxi up. He made sure that the taxi knew exactly where I was going. He put me in the taxi and made sure that I was okay. And then I suddenly realised that the whole point about the whole thing of women being protected and looked after is that when things like that happen, somebody steps in, whether it's your father or not, isn't, neither here nor there. The men here will make sure that, or at least with me anyway, make sure that you're all right.
Other perceptions, other things that I encountered were, students offering me rides, for example. I remember being off campus, I don't have a car, and students, even students I don't even teach, somehow they know, you're KFUPM, I'm a KFUPM student, I don't know you personally, but here, let me give you a ride.